78.6 FM, Positive Vibes with Winsome. Once again, 78.6 FM, Yomaton. This is Positive Vibes with Winsome. Special week, man. This has been an awesome week. I can't be thankful enough and grateful enough to the folks who've been a part of making this week such a great week, man. Quick shout out to my teammates over at AFN. Big Mike, we did a great show this week. On Monday, we did a show, and we called it Gratitude, Attitude, and Latitude. And because I tried to send the link out, man, this morning to the friends and family, let you guys hear it, because the folks who heard it really liked it, man. It was really one of those things and one of those vibes me and Mike had that it was just so flow. It was so smooth, should I say, and I really had a good time with him. So just to carry over into the theme of that, for my family and friends who I'm sending this link to on Facebook, hey, check this out, man. Gratitude, attitude, and latitude. And I'm not going to sit here and read off of any books or some magical quotes or memes. I'm going to give it to you straight up, man. Are you thankful, truly thankful for what we have, right? For what we're doing every day, every opportunity, every breath. Are we grateful? Are we thankful? Do we appreciate every day? That's the key, like the very first piece. I'm going to break it up in 3 pieces, man. I'm going to start off talking about gratitude, because without true gratitude, man, there's no way that we're going to move forward and be appreciative for everything that we have and everything that we are and everything that we've accomplished in our lives. Doesn't matter how old you are, right? So even at 19 years old, I didn't realize that I had just pretty much a fight for my life, dealing with testosterone, hormones, all the raging emotions going through high school, middle school, and growing up to be an adult and surviving. You know, when you really think about it, especially where we grew up, and if my little brother's checking this out with me, man, surviving Barstow, California, as an African-American male in the 90s, when it was gang violence, drugs, everything was crazy back then, man. And some of the situations that we survived, I'm just grateful, so thankful to be able to talk to you about everything that's going on today, right? So when you wake up in the morning and you take that first breath, right? How do you take that in? Are you thinking, oh, I got to get up out of bed. Here we go again. Or are you that person like me that upsets everybody? It's like, hey, let's go. It's game time, man. All right, what do we got to do? Let me get my little Bang energy drink. Hey, that's not a free marketing advertising. I'm just saying that's what I drink. Let me get my Bang energy drink going. Let me get out here, put my gear on. And I always do this, man. I throw my shirt on because I know I got to iron it when I get to work, right? So I throw my ABU. Motivates me and drives me to take care of the folks who are trying to do the same thing that I do every day. And so I'm grateful. My man Mike on Monday asked me, man, what am I grateful for? Just those things, the people in my life that push me, the opportunities in my life that come around each day, the doors that open. And the funny thing is, right, you guys always hear that piece. I'm thankful for the open doors, opportunities, but I'm also thankful for the closed doors. It's funny to say that, to hear that, but I'm thankful for the doors that didn't open. I'm thankful for the people that doubted me, right? I'm thankful for the situations that didn't happen. Understanding that if I would have went in a different direction, I would be living a different life. And the thing about it, man, if you really truly peel that onion back, man, you are a reflection of the decisions you made up to this point. I'm grateful for the good and bad decisions that I made up to this point. 100%. I'm being 100% honest with you, because they all have a story attached to them, which is this opportunity I'm having right now to talk to you about it, right? So if you want to know the secret, looking at the camera to see if I can get this mask even, you want to know the secret, man, there is none. Everybody's learning. We're all in our own lap. We're all in our own race. But the key to it is when you're grateful, when you appreciate. And grateful doesn't just mean thank you, what the football players do, thank you. No, it's being appreciative of every little thing, putting a positive light to what you do have. There was a story, right, about the rich person, or the millionaire, billionaire. I can tell you right now, when I say this, you guys can picture the person I'm talking about. The millionaire, billionaire who's lost, mentally all over the place, right? Can't get their life together, emotionally a wreck, right? Versus the person that doesn't have a lot of money, who is super happy, living a happy life, a reasonably happy life, grateful and appreciative for the little things that they have and the little things that they get and receive in life. Why? Well, what makes them different? Because some people think that money equals happiness. Some people think that your size of your house, the type of car, the type of clothes, that all that is what your happiness is equated to. And the reality is, it's your life and what you make it and what you equate happiness to be. Since day one. And what have I always said, if you've listened to this show, man, comparison is what kills us. Because we're always comparing ourselves to people around us. What they have versus what we don't have. So I'm going to slow this down. I'm going to rewind this a little bit. What do you have in your life? What do you have to be thankful for? You have breath every day. You have your body, right? Even if you're battling something right now, you're still here. You're still struggling. You have an opportunity to fight back every day. You have your mind, right? Right now. Me talking to you. We have our mind enough to carry on a conversation together, right? We have opportunities. Even if we don't have something or we didn't have something yesterday, we get a new chance tomorrow to go fight for it. Whatever we want, whatever we're trying to accomplish, we have opportunities every day. The people in our lives, I appreciate them, man. I appreciate the people, the stories, and you have to start doing that. Everyone this weekend, it's a 2-day weekend, to call at least one person during this weekend and tell them why you appreciate them. No reason. Don't let them know that you heard me and I told you. I challenge you to call one person and tell them, I appreciate you, man. And tell them why. Really think about it before you call them and tell them why. So on Saturday, call somebody, and on Sunday, call somebody. And I guarantee you, you're going to change that person's life. And at the very least, you're going to make their day better. And if they just shut it up, then that person going through their own thing. Hey, you can't do nothing about that. But I promise you, they're going to feel it when they hang up the phone because it's unexpected. So living a grateful life and a life of gratitude. Gratitude means being able to look at the positives and the negatives. So you can have a rough day. You can wake up late, but you still got 8 hours to do something great. If you have a 9-hour job, right? Or 8-hour job. You can go home at night. If you can do this magic trick right here. If you can, before you go to sleep. My man Mike showed me, I think it's called Panda Journal or something like that, where you can write out and it literally outlines it for you, right? But I don't care what it is, 100%. If you find something that you can be grateful for and you can find 3 things every day before you go to bed, what are you doing right there? You're ending your night with positivity. Before you close your eyes, it's positive vibes that are going with you to sleep. Not the negativity, not the anxiety, not the drama of your day. No, you found 3 positive takeaways. You grabbed them, you took them, you owned them. This is what was good about my day. Really think about it. And when you wake up in the morning, if you get the Panda Journal and it's asking you for 3 when you wake up, what did you find? Hey, I'm glad I woke up on time. Bam. I don't care if that's it. I'm glad I had enough Bang energy drinks to get through the morning. I don't care if that's what you say. Whatever it is, start your morning off with gratitude. Some people do this. They don't have a journal where they write 3 things down in the morning, but you know what they do? Do you know what they do? They go into their journals and they look at what they wrote down the night before. Come on, man. So if I open up my journal or open up my little notebook and I'm looking at what I left positive, what is that doing with my day? I'm for positivity and gratitude. You don't hear me. Y'all ain't listening to me right now. You starting your day off with positivity and gratitude. And if you have positive vibes, if you have a positive mindset to start your day off, that's what's driving the beginning of your day. No matter what comes at you after that, you started your day off on a positive note and with gratitude. So there's one little thing you got to learn. There's one thing you have to practice and one thing you have to get in your mind right now. And there's a lot of my friends that suffer from this, man, and I used to. So I'm going to tell you the 100% truth. Don't let one situation spoil your whole day. Don't let one bad day spoil your whole week. You hear I'm going with this, right? Don't let one bad week spoil your whole month. Only give the energy to a situation that it deserves. Some of us spend a whole day on something that only lasted 10 minutes. Some of us let one person that literally gave all their negative energy in 30 seconds that zaps you for the rest of the week. Let me tell you a secret about someone who's throwing a negative energy at you. 90% of the time, they threw it at you and they're moving on to someone or something else while you're carrying that with you because you choose to. You know, people don't realize how powerful they are. People don't realize how powerful their minds are. When you make the honest and real decision to let go of something and to let it really, truly, smoothly roll over so you can move on to what else is in front of you, that's power. That's strength. That's a strong mind. That's positivity. If you could take that situation and still find something good, hey, I found conversations where I was like, I'm glad that I didn't snap on that person. Man, let me write that down. I was strong enough to not snap and pop off on so-so. Like literally, because you found the strength in yourself to keep yourself at bay or to be positive when somebody's being negative. You're finding and learning things about yourself. Gratitude, I'm thankful for this. Some of the worst things have happened in your life. Think about some of the positive takeaways from it. And it may take a second, it may be a stretch, right? But think about it. Some people talk about breakups. What were the things they learned? What were the lessons you learned getting ready for your next relationship? Come on, man. Work situations, relationships, life, experiences, training, day-to-day conversations. There's always a positive takeaway. You got to find it. The power is in looking. The power is in your perspective. The power is in your mindset. So if you know that you always search for the negativity first, hey, it's called negativity bias. It's what we do. The first thing we chase to mentally in our mind when things happen is a negative. We have human beings. We have a negativity bias that we chase the negative situation first, or whatever the negative aspects of the situation are. That's the first thing we do. So when you go away from that and you start looking at, hey, man, look, this happened, but this was one of the positive takeaways out of that. What you're doing is you're taking your power back. Your mindset is different. You're built different mentally when you can do that than the majority of people. Because the majority of people run with the negativity. They let that just take them over. So if you're my friend and you're listening to me, positive vibes, right? It's the name of the show. There's always a positive, even in the worst negative. You have to find it. You have to search for it, and you have to grab it. Oh man, that was horrible. But you know what? I know I'm not gonna have this happen the next time. And the thing is, I get another opportunity to try. Whatever the situation is, keep in mind, you have to find the good. Some people have struggled with that. They do, and it's okay. It takes practice. It's not gonna happen overnight, man. It's definitely not. And you have to pay attention to it. You have to know yourself. And we talked about this a few weeks ago. You have to know yourself well enough to know when to pause, tell your mind to shut up, and take your power back. It also helps you focus on what went right. And in addition to that, I wrote this down too, man. It gives you a sense of appreciation, thankfulness for your life when you take your power back. What are you thankful for before we move into attitude? I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm thankful that all of my journey, all of my experiences, all my decisions led me to the point where I can have a conversation with my friends about living a better life. I'm thankful for this opportunity and the people. Everything is with time. And I'm thankful to have my power back. Talk to you after this break. 78.6 FM, Yoma Time. This is Positive Vibes with Winsome. So, I know I beat positive mindset to death over this whole month. I beat to death over the first piece of this show, talking about how you got to wake up with gratitude, being thankful. I know you've heard it before. Hopefully you guys have. Hopefully you truly start believing that. Whether you think you're right, whether you think you can, whether you think you can't. That's what I really want to say. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, guess what? You're right. That was said by Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. It's in your mind. It's your mindset. It's what you believe. It's who you are. It's, I think I can do this. I know I can do this. I'm strong enough. Are you thankful for the power that you have inside of you? Are you thankful for the fact that you can lift weights if you go to the gym? Are you thankful for the fact that you can read the way you can? Are you thankful for the fact that you can write the way you can? That you can see through situations, that you can navigate other people through? Are you thankful for everything that you are as a person? So your attitude, when it's connected to your gratefulness, your perspective, your mind controls what you do. If you have a positive mindset, you have a grateful mind. If you're grateful about what you have and you start your day with gratitude, at the very least, you'll have a positive start for your day and a positive ending for your night. No matter what happens in between, how you start, it doesn't matter how you start, right? It's how you finish. And if you finish with a positive mind, think about all the things that you could champion, man. Think about all the anxieties. Think about all the depression that you can champion if you have a positive mindset of approaching things, right? A positive vibe, a gratitude, a gratefulness, a thankfulness. Think about how powerful you can be as a person if you look at situations completely different than everybody else around you. 48-hour news cycle. Loves to drive bad news home. If you haven't noticed that, then you've been watching way too much news and you're just numb to it. It loves to drive negative. I've been able to thankfully take a seat back in the last 4 years of traveling and see that the negativity is just pumped from different outlets, different stories, different situations to grab your attention, to make you click, to make you read, to make you look. That doesn't mean that's what you have to do. You don't have to get dragged into the dirt with what's going on around you. Are you focused in on what's happening within you and for you? We get so caught up in that, man. And what I told you is what you think and what you do and how you feel about who you are as a person. That is your attitude. What you think. Think about it. I can. I will. I have. I am. Think about how you see all of those things. I can do this. I can do anything I put my mind to. I will do this. I will put my mind on this and do it and attack it. I've done it. Come on, think about these things that you have going on in your mind every day and the challenges that are happening within you, and you struggle because you're doubting yourself because you're not grateful for the abilities that you have. Get in the mindset that, hey man, I'm here. Every day is a new day. I'm here and it's game time. It's time for me to go out there. I feel this is what I do. No matter what it is. No matter what it is you're challenging, tell yourself, this is what I do. It's what you do. How do you approach it? The one thing I told somebody last week and they appreciated it was, I said, man, your name's on that. 100%. Your name is on that. Now, you may have felt before you walked in the door that your name meant nothing. But when you have your name on something, especially if it's something new, that's a whole new story. Any story that was written before with your name in it is going to change. This is a new chapter that your name is on that. What are you going to do with it? And people still get surprised when they no, dude, that was last chapter. It's time to level up, bro. You can't stick to the same thing you was doing in the other book. We've already read that book. What's this new book going to be about? What you do. What I tell you a second ago, what you think. Right? I am. I can. I will. You can. You have. You will. Think about all these things, man. Now, what you do. Put your name in it. Own it. Claim it. Whatever your name is on, tell the story. And when you get finished, you're exhausted. Listen to me. When you get finished, you're tired. If it's school, if it's work, if it's kids, if it's family, give them everything that you have. And be thankful for it that you can. I just talked to a young man today that ain't seen his family in 18 months. I felt his pain. I ain't seen mine in 13. You, if you're listening right now, especially in the U.S., you can see your family, right? You can look over and see your beloved or your kids and all this stuff. There's people out here that haven't in almost a year and a half. Thanks to, the word, I won't say COVID. So what we have to do is appreciate what we have. Think about that, man. What we do, what you do, who you are, and how you feel. You see, people think it's not this, bam, it's not pinching yourself and how you feel. It's not if you get hit and you got to keep going. No, it's how you feel inside about yourself and what you have the abilities to do. Do you believe in yourself? Or do you doubt yourself with everything you do? You see, there's a power in believing in yourself. It's funny because there's some people you'll see try anything, right? I know the most non-athletic person needs to come out and try out for football years ago. And I'd let them try. Hey, man, if you want to come out here and see if you got it, come see if you got it. And the funny thing is, some of those same people, they may not have been an overall great player, but they found where they were great on the field. They found what role they needed to play. They played a specific role and were great at that. So you don't always go out thinking you can do, I can't dunk like Jordan as soon as I step on the basketball court. I might be the guy to pass Jordan the ball, be the greatest passer out there. But the key is you have to find out what you can do and stop doubting yourself before you even try. Some of the most brilliant minds didn't walk in and uncover some of the world's most incredible discoveries with doubt. They walked in saying, I'm going to find this. I'm going to do this. My name's on this. Albert Einstein. My name's on this. Tesla. We're looking at his stuff years and generations down the line. His name. Some people was driving cars with his names on it. Dude ain't been around for years. Driving cars around the world with his name on it. It's your name. What you feel, what you think, what do you do? Tell yourself, convince yourself you can and you will, and you fight. You fight until you get it. Some people don't know how to reverse engineer life, man, or their goals, or what they really want. Be thankful that we can and that you have the opportunity to do that. And if you don't know what that means being able to have a vision, having the ability to see where you want to be, to know where the finish line is at, and then plan to get there. You see, that's the rare thing in life, that we have the ability to fight for what we want. You can and you will, and it takes you. It all starts with you. So if you're sitting in a room listening to this, you've been doubting yourself, haven't been appreciating what you have. People are like, yeah, I got a nice house, but so-and-so has a nicer one. Or I have a nice car, but so-and-so's car is faster. Or I got nice clothes, but I just saw Beyonce sporting. If you don't appreciate what you got on your back, in your pocket, and in front of you, there's people with less. I guarantee you, in every one of those situations, especially the material ones, there's people with less. My question to you is, what do you have in here? Your mind. What do you have in here? Your heart. What are you doing with this? Your body. How are you growing all of those? How are you taking care of all of those? And it starts, and I tell you this is why we focused on this whole thing, mindset and self-care. It starts in your mind. Because your mind, you have to see things differently. You have to believe differently. You have to function differently if you want to do what you really, truly are capable of in life. So many people will never know. I thought about this the other night. It was kind of crazy. So many people leave this earth, right? And it depends on what your belief is. But so many people's physical life is extinguished. And they never, ever reach their full potential. And people think at a certain age you can't, which is false. Think about people like right now in their 40s, 50s, 60s doing things they never even tried in their 20s. Physically, you may not be able to jump out of an airplane at 90, but think about the things you can do mentally. Think about the things you can do that just because you're not in your 20s and 30s or early 40s anymore, you still got it. Don't limit yourself. Don't stop yourself and stop believing in yourself. There's times now we got to kind of change the narrative. Age is just a number. There's people, I seen somebody like 6 years old look like she was definitely in her 40s. You got to change the narrative. It's not what you think you can do. It's what you can or cannot do. You're going to tell me. You're going to show me. My attitude is I can do anything I put my mind to. Make that yours. I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to go and prove it. Make that your attitude. I'm thankful for a new opportunity for a new start. Make that your attitude. I can do anything I put my mind, body, and spirit to. Make that your attitude. Even if I hear the word no, I'm still going to try. Make that your attitude. If I see it, I'm going to get there. It's got to be your attitude. I'm going to fight until I have no more fight in me. That's your attitude. Somebody's going to doubt me. I like doubt because it makes me work harder. That's your attitude. Oh, I failed before. It's not going to stop me. It's going to motivate me. That's your attitude. Think about this, guys. Think about everything I just said. It's all up to you. So I'm going to slow down the last piece, right? We're talking about altitude. But I'm going to slow down the last piece because this is, of course, FM 78.6 FM Yomaton. So I'm speaking to everybody, not just my folks back home. So we're going to talk to you coming back. Sorry I'm speaking through the mask and I might sound a little muffled. But we'll be back for this next segment where we're talking about altitude. We talked about gratitude and latitude right after this break. .6 FM Yomaton. This is Positive Vibes of Winsome. So, Mae West said, "You only live once. Only live once. But if you do it right, once is enough." Come on, man. Listen to that. YOLO. Y'all say the YOLO all the time in the United States, right? YOLO. You only live once. But if you do it right, once is enough. Mae West. What are you doing and what is right? What does right look like? Let's ask that question. What does right look like? I'm going to button this other button up. I didn't realize how low my collar was. But check this out. What does right look like? I guarantee you that right looks like gratitude, being thankful for what we have. No matter where you are, no matter what you have, be thankful for it. Appreciate that breath that you have. Appreciate that you can take that mask off when you outside and away from groups and that you can go out. Remember the days we used to be able to just smile at each other? Now we smile with our eyes, as Tyra Banks said. Think about right now the fact that you may not be where you wanted to be, but you're different and further from where you were. You've grown. My biggest fear isn't failure. My biggest fear is being in the same place this time next year as I am right now. That's my biggest fear. Not because I can do something different or this isn't great what I'm doing right now, but I know there's more. Right? And I don't mean being on a radio show. I'm talking about in life. I know there's more. I know there's growth. I know there's potential. Be grateful not only for what you have, but what you can do. The opportunities. The people. That's gratitude. Attitude. Approach it. Approach it like you only live once. Come on, man, if you don't hear me. Some of you got so many things that you still haven't done. So many places you still haven't gone. So many sights you still haven't seen. So many senses you still haven't utilized to its max capacity because you've been limiting yourself. Because you've been worrying about what other people think. Because you've been worried about what other people do. Other people's money. Other people's time. Be grateful, and thankful that you have your own. You have your own race. You have your own finish line. You have your own life. You have your own time. And we all know this because 2020 has been such a reminder that tomorrow isn't promised to everybody. There's a list, I guarantee you. It's a very miserable list of people who thought they had tomorrow and didn't. And the sad part is, even with all of these reminders, there's so many of us that take today for granted. If you can see it, you can do it. If you can see it, then you build it, you plan it, you take the action steps, and you get it. I force myself, and this is what I tell, and I'm telling my young ones, whenever my son gets to the age where he's asking me for life advice, right? Whenever my daughter gets to that age where she's asking for life advice, I want to be able to say, hey, what do you want to do? What do you see in your mind? If I had to ask you right now, baby boy or baby girl, if I had to ask you to make 3 wishes come true for your life, what would they be? I wish I had all the money in the world. I wish I had this. I wish I was person. Whatever your wish is, how do you get there? And if it's some funny thing is about ambition, right? I want them to think the craziest things. I want them to have the craziest imaginations and dreams and goals, but I want them to go for them. You know, I've been blessed to have a special guest on the show next week, Johnny Kim. My guy, and this is on base. Of course, I can't do that on this show. He's a very private and wonderful man that I get to speak to in front of whoever's in the room. We have a Zoom conversation. But this man was not only a Navy SEAL, decorated, a doctor, surgeon following that, and now he's an astronaut. Come on, man. When I read his bio, started reading his story, and then looking at the specials he did or the conversations he's had online, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. That man's lived 3 lives. 4 if you include his 4 lives, had a childhood not desirable for many, but he grew past it. He grew into who he wanted to be, and he kept growing. Every time you wanted to grow, he grew. And that's the thing about us is when you see somebody like that that's showing you anything is possible, and yet and still we still limit ourselves, or we allow circumstances to make us doubt ourselves. There's going to be situations where we can't. Physically, legally, process. There may be something that there's no getting around it. But if there's not, and you can go for it, like for example, y'all know my story. There's jobs that I wanted to get that in the military back then that age were required, right? Time in service was a requirement. Rank was a requirement. So there are limitations, but there were some that I had to get to a certain rank to do. I had to have a certain time in to give. And those are the ones, if I really wanted it, I could have planned for it and I could have put all into it. But back then I didn't. I wasn't as dedicated to my goals, my dreams, and mission and future and vision as I am now. And it takes time. There was nobody in my ear saying these things. And why are you talking about all this right now, Cully, the future? Because that's latitude. All of this. Moving forward, higher, mentally to a higher level. Level up compared to what you were doing. Level up. And if you can do that, if you can level up, if you can be something that you weren't, better than you were. What do I say in my taglines, right? Better than yesterday. If you can do that, if you can be thankful for everything that you've been blessed with the ability to do, and you can put it all together into something special, nothing or no one on this earth can stop you. One man is about to speak to a huge group. Not even that big of a group, but one man is about to speak to a group about his journey. When I was thinking about the epitome of growth mindset, that's the first person that came to my mind. Navy SEAL. You know how many people fail out of that academy? Surgeon, doctor. You know how many people don't even get to medical school or graduate medical school or complete it? And then you get to the next level, an astronaut. Do you know the pass rate of being an astronaut? Or the success rate? So when you can talk about somebody who's beat and defied the odds, it is so magnificent of an opportunity and such a privilege to be able to listen to what drove him, what motivated him. And if you haven't looked him up, look him up. I talk to him next Thursday. Johnny Kim, doctor, astronaut, Johnny Kim, former SEAL, Johnny Kim. So I ain't gonna say that no more. I'm excited about that. That's what we got coming up. But when you talk about latitude and putting how attitude, truly your attitude towards life, what you feel, what you think, and what you know about yourself all tie in to your latitude, what you do next, who you're going to be. That's how it is. And if you didn't realize it, you got to take a look in the mirror and say, what have you been doing? It's time. Flip the switch. Bam. That has to be the moment. There has to be that moment for you where you're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done living the life beneath my means, man. I'm done doing stuff that's a waste of my energy. I'm done dealing with people that are a waste of my time. I'm done spending money on things that don't matter. I'm done wasting my energy on stuff that doesn't put energy into me or doesn't benefit me for who I'm going to be in 5 years. I read a post from Chief Juan Lewis, Chief Master Sergeant retired Juan Lewis, and he mentioned who you're going to be in 5 years and how it's beneficial what you're doing right now. Every decision, every action, every thought and response to those thoughts reflected who you're going to be in 5 years. So in 2025, after we get past all this mess, we know that tomorrow's not promised to nobody, but if you're still standing and still here in 2025, which I hope all of my friends are, the person that you are right now, the person that you're building, molding, creating, is going to determine who that person is. Picture it right now in your mind. Who is that person 5 years from now? Now, if you're sitting there listening to me and you're picturing the person that you are 5 years from now and you see the same person that you are right now, scary, right? Sad, isn't it? Level up. Level up mentally. Level up emotionally. Level up physically. Keep yourself around here. Keep yourself in the fight. Take care of yourself if you ain't been doing it. Be thankful, truly grateful for what you have physically and who you are and what you're able to do still. I saw some 65-year-old lady lifting weights looking swole like and shredded lettuce the other day on Facebook. 65 years old in better shape than most of my friends. 99% of them. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because she flipped the switch. She said, it's not too late. I still have time. And this is what I'm going to do with the time I have left. Tomorrow's not promised to nobody. So I'm going to take care of myself. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm going to take care of myself. I appreciate what I have. And I also appreciate the fact that whatever happens next is determined by the actions I take right now. Tell yourself that you can, that you will, and that you must do and be whoever you're trying to be. You can, you will, and you must. And you fight for that truth. Because once you start fighting, you're just doing what everybody else is doing and just plugging away at the life. Just whatever happens, happens. But you got to take your life, take your time back, man. I said this all month. We're at the end of October. We talk about self-care. We talk about positive mindsets. You, my friends, listening right now, you have to take your life back. It's up to you. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to control what actions you take like a puppy. Unless you're in one of those really super toxic relationships where every action you take is dictated by what somebody else wants you to do. You might want to look at that. You might want to take action if it is. Because that's not healthy. And it's not going to do nothing but form resentment in your life. If you don't appreciate that you have that freedom to make decisions, to take steps, take action steps, grow, and learn. These are the things that are part of living a truly, truly beautiful life. It's not faking. You can't make that stuff up in the studio. You can't make that stuff up in the lab. This is what you are. So I sent a post to my friends last week, and I'm going to close out with this, man. I'm thankful, right? I'm truly grateful. There's things that you have in you that you don't even realize. If I had my music, I would play it, man. I had to check the copyrights on this because I would play it from The Wizard of Oz. But guys, you have a brain. You're smart enough to take care of things that come at you, to notify or identify things that are good and bad. You have a brain. You have a brain that's so powerful, like a machine that operates the rest of your body. You have a brain, a beautiful mind that grows and develops every day. If you feed it positive, think about things. If you're feeding it positive vibes, what your brain can do. It's amazing. It's a computer. You got these iPhones, we don't realize how magical your computer is. You have heart. You can feel. You can change the way you feel about things and make things better. You have a heart, a beautiful heart to go with that beautiful mind, right? And you have courage to keep fighting. It's like the Wizard of Oz. You got all three. Keep fighting. You're still standing. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.